Everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Stephen Ritt. Thanks for being here with the Doggie Director. Um, every week I'm here to give you tips and pointers to help you and your dog. Thank you everyone who's been supportive and coming back, listening, watching us on our live stream, Facebook, Doggie Director, and live stream KHTS, Hometown Station. Today's topic, fear in dogs. Fear causes anxiety, stress. It's probably one of the most powerful negative emotions, or one of them certainly, that a dog or even people can have. And with dogs, it's really one of the more challenging things at times. It can be very challenging to deal with or expect a dog that's under fear or duress to listen. That's one of the hardest times or distractions you can really, even a well-trained dog, if fear sets in, all that training can kind of, go down the tubes, you might say. They might work great in the four walls of your house or long as they're happy somewhere. But as soon as they get fearful, the fear is so powerful of an emotion, it really can even take away food drive, them not caring about praise the same way. So it's not only fearful dogs in general. A lot of people have dogs that exhibit or display fear in particular instances, right? Some dogs, it's thunder, fireworks, loud noises. Maybe some dogs are fearful to go into the car and for car rides. Some dogs are afraid of bicycles, skateboards. They're afraid of children, small children. You can go on and on. They're afraid of the veterinarian. So I'm going to help you and give you some tips today how to act around your dog, what to do, how to get them to overcome their fears in different situations. Here's the main thing you have to realize. You're going to have to get their mind off the fear. So that takes some ammunition and having a combination of things working for you. So when dealing with a fearful dog, I like to really have hot bait, what we call hot bait. That's not processed treats. That's not dry biscuit type of treats. That's more like what you and I like to eat. People food in the form of cooked chicken. You can boil it if your dog has stomach issues. Hopefully, if they're allergic to chicken, you can use steak. You like steak, right? Chicken. They little bit of seasoning's okay. A tiny bit of salt. They get bored with regular kibble, and a lot of these processed treats just don't give you that extra oomph where they're really happy or excited or will take it. And like I said earlier, dogs that are under extreme fear, they're so focused on the fear, you need whatever it takes to get their mind off that fear. So you're going to have lots of chicken when working with a fearful dog, a dog that's under stress. Lots of chicken, you're going to need lots of praise, lots of love. And at times it seems like you might not even be getting through to these dogs at first. But if you keep at it and keep trying, you'll see a breakthrough. You'll see them get more and more relaxed. Of course, you want to expose them to the things that they're actually fearful of and not wait for them to happen. And you're going to set it up, what might be kind of, whether it's bicycles, for instance, half speed. Don't have the bike going too fast. Don't have the bicycle too close. All right, start at a distance. If your dog's afraid of thunder, don't wait for, or loud noises, don't wait for storms, and don't necessarily wait for fireworks, 4th of July. All right, get the kid's little cap gun. Maybe start with someone doing it across the street. So you're going to get them used to not quite of an extreme of a noise and not so close, but you start gradually. If your dog's afraid of the car, maybe if you just get him to put his feet up, that's a big move for one little lesson maybe. You use the chicken, coax him with praise, and then maybe just scoop his butt up for now. Eventually he'll jump up. All training, you're just starting with little bits of things. You're working in increments and increments of each day working your dog. It gets a little better each time. And you're cultivating off something small and it grows. So eventually he'll jump in. Keep using the chick and the praise. Teach him he comes right back out. If he's afraid of the car, don't teach him he goes in there, he's in there for an hour, or if he doesn't like it, don't overload his donkey. Maybe stop at 5 minutes down the road, the park, get him out, teach him these rides are fun. It's the same thing. Skateboards, if your dog's afraid of skateboards, make sure he's not 2 feet away from them going fast to start. Get him used to observing it from a distance. Don't let your dog stay in the fearful mode. All right? Every beat, every second he's in that, you're setting him back. Every time he displays this fear, you're going backwards with it. So your timing's important. Soon as you see him get scared, or read your dog, know the things he's afraid of. If it's the car, if it's the skateboard, you see it coming, teach him to get, happy and over this fear, but you don't want to start with him in a fear mode. So you want to make sure he's in a good mood before you bring him to the car. All right? We'll be back. We're going to have to take a break in a second here. But remember, it's the chicken, it's the steak, it's the lots of love, lots of praise. I'm taking any calls or questions anyone might have. So reach out to us. Give us a call. 661-298-5487. Again, that's 661-298-5487. I'd love to hear from you. If you have any particular questions, you have fearful issues with your dog in particular instances, or if your dog's just fearful a lot of the time, even if it's just people. We'll be back in a second.
Comfort Keepers provides your loved one with loving in-home care.
Miles McNamara, certified senior advisor and owner of Comfort Keepers in-home care.
Our caregivers can help you in your own home, enhancing independence, creating safety and comfort. Our Comfort Keepers provide companionship, meal preparation, medication reminders, assistance with personal care, and even transportation to doctor's appointments. If someone you love can use a helping hand at home, visit comfortkeepers.com.
Or call 287-4200.
Healthcare can be difficult if you're underinsured or have Medi-Cal. Samuel Dixon Family Health Center can help. Services are available on a sliding fee schedule. The mission of the Samuel Dixon Family Health Center is to give the Santa Clarita Valley access to affordable, quality primary care. There are 3 locations to serve you: Canyon Country, Newhall, and Valverde. Go to sdfhc.org for more information and to find the location most convenient for you.
Santa Clarita Valley residents now have greater access to the excellent physicians and high-quality medical services for which Providence Holy Cross is known. Providence Holy Cross Health Center in Santa Clarita features state-of-the-art cancer and imaging technologies, as well as board-certified physicians in a variety of medical specialties. Quality and compassion from a healthcare provider you can depend on. For more information, call 1-888-HEALING or visit us at providence.org.
RV Repair has the largest selection of popular and hard-to-find accessories and parts for your RV or camping trailer. At the same location in Santa Clarita for almost 50 years, Dave and his team haven't seen an RV issue they don't have a fix for. You don't believe me? Call them at 661-252-2470 with any issue that you might have, and I'll bet they have a solution for you. RV Repair offers free insurance repair quotes, warranty services, RV appliance repairs, hitch installations, and so much more. On-site dumping and propane services are also available, along with RV storage. Don't go to the big RV warehouse places. Keep it local and call for pricing and more information at 661-252-2470. Check them out on the web at www.rvrepairspecialist.com. That's www.rvrepairspecialist.com.
Santa Clarita Valley has a long history of safe, reliable water service. SCV Water is dedicated to increasing efficiencies, protecting our vital resources, and improving their customers' experiences. That's you. Meet them at their new home on the web at yourscvwater.com. There, you can find the latest news, rebates, and much more. That's yourscvwater.com. They can't wait to serve you.
Welcome back to the Doggie Director with Canine Master Stephen Ritt. Stephen is well known for training animals you see in many movies and sitcoms. Stephen is the creator of the Ritt Way, a training method that works by applying loving and time-tested techniques for a more enjoyable training experience. Lines are open. You can call Stephen at 661-298-5487. That's 661-298-5487. You can listen live online at hometownstation.com. And now, Stephen Ritt, your dog's best friend.
Hey, we're back. Thank you for staying with us here. We've been talking about fear in dogs, and not only fearful dogs, but a lot of dogs that might be real solid and happy or well-adjusted in a lot of situations still exhibit fear in certain situations. So last thing I was talking about is you need hot bait. You need lots of praise, lots of love. You need to distract them and get them out of the fear mode. And sometimes that takes a lot of effort. Dealing with fear can be really challenging. It's such a, like I said earlier, if you were listening, it's such a powerful, strong, negative emotion. So we want to come prepared with as much possible to pick your dog up and make them happy. So even if you have to look, like bizarre to someone, you're there talking baby talk, you're trying to get them excited, you gotta, when you train dogs properly, you can't worry about what people think, and you can't have any walls up, and you got to be able to really show affection to your dog, especially softer dogs that are fearful. We were saying and talking about set up the situation, whether it's loud noises, whether it's bikes, whether it's children your dog's afraid of. Start at a distance. Start half speed, quarter speed. Gradually, let me give you an example. I just did a film with my pit bull, Igby. George Lopez, it's coming out, El Chicano. I get a call the night before for the pit bull, right? He's just there on leash with kids. You get there, it's 12 a.m. East LA. There's fireworks going off, or gunshots maybe. I don't know. We need the dog, now, even though I said let me know, 20 minutes ahead of time so I can get him used to the set and the area and smells, so forth, I get there, it's 3 preteens running from about 600 feet away, full blown straight at the dog while the guy's holding the dog on the leash. They get there, and one of them pretends to keep punching in the air towards the guy and the dog. Well, even though Igby's like, an amazing pit bull, he loves kids, he's sound, he's happy, he's not fearful, I could have made him fearful by just throwing him in there. Or I could have gotten the opposite, the aggressive defensive reflex. So I do everything in increments. I take a little bit of control of the set, and it's like, no, first we have to do this part. I get him used to the kids. Here's the kids. Hey, can you just step 20 feet back and run at them instead of the full, halfway down the block thing? And remember, they're like running, and they got tennis shoes, and it's noisy actually, and it's very intense, running full speed all the way right to in front of them. So I'll just have them do it from 10 feet. I'll be there to let Igby know it's okay and feed him. I'll have the kids feed him. Then I'll work the punching in the air separately. So you don't go into a fearful thing. So you break things up. Don't overload your dog's donkey. Don't throw him next to a big crowd of loud kids if he's afraid of kids. Don't have him in an area where there's lots of bicycles if he's afraid of bikes. Start at a distance. Start slower speed. Your dog's afraid of the vet, just go there for 2-3 minutes. Take him outside. Bring him back in. Take him there a couple times without it being a negative experience. Bring the chicken right in the office with your dog. Have him close to you. Try to get his attention. Give him praise. And remember, soon as they go into that mode, get them out of it, coax them. Sometimes just moving with your dog instead of him feeling like he's forced in that place to stay. Get him up. You don't want to praise him in a coddling sense. My poor baby, he's scared, and feed into it that way. Make it where you're bringing him up, kind of coming towards you even, just lifting his head up a little higher, for the praise. So it's really important you over-exaggerate the praise. You use the chicken, and some of you have dogs so fearful they won't even eat chicken, okay, if they're afraid, or steak. It won't work. So hopefully you have that bond with your dog, because if your dog's afraid and they can't count on you 100%, and you're getting frustrated or you're nervous dealing with someone else and they see you in this weird mode, that doesn't help. Your dog should really count on you, if anything or anybody in life. There can't be confusion in your relationship, or if they're afraid they don't know if you're going to get mad, or this love and bond with your dog can really get you through a lot of this fearful stuff too. If your dog totally trusts you, is confident in you, they don't expect anything off the wall from you at any time. Especially if they're off leash and they get fearful, you want them to come back to you and trust you instead of just be out there scared, in possibly a situation they could get hurt too. So you do everything in increments, slowly, to get them used to whatever it is they're afraid of. If it's cars, you're just going to take short trips, get them out to the park, make it fun. Don't give up, Some dogs with fear issues, and you got to determine if some of these were caused, like by what we talked about a few weeks ago, was, and you can always go back and find it on archive. We talked about the importance of puppy development, the critical and socialization periods, which mold them later as an adult. So it's good to figure out how much of this fear is from lack of socialization and getting out early in life during the critical and socialization period and experiencing different things, different people. How much has been man-made? If the dog's abused, hasn't trusted people, he's afraid of people's environment, he's kind of that one-person dog. See, it helps to determine where the fear comes from. If he's afraid of people, give the chicken to the people to feed him. Ask people that are dog lovers, I find they're really willing to help you. If you just say, hey, I'm trying to get my dog used to people, and you grab them, don't be shy about it. Go out with a friend, get anyone you can, to help you get your dog's fear over people, So you have people feed them and let you praise them. I've seen a lot of dogs react that, if their owner praises me for just taking that treat, even though I'm scared, that little bit of praise from the owner helps at the same time your dog's moving forward and taking the treat. Remember too, if you start with them scared before you get to the car, scared before the fear sets in, they know it's coming maybe, get them out of that mode before. They're going to be less likely to get down and scared into some kind of funk if you start with them happy before the fearful thing sets in, right? So don't start with them just melancholy even, or, fearful, prejudging something's going to happen, the fear they know is going to come that they might be afraid of. Get them in the mood ahead of time. If they do go in the fear mode, remember, get them out of it as soon as possible. Acknowledge them. Start talking to them. Of course, when you deal with any behavioral problem, it's always best to do it in conjunction with like a proper progressive type training program. So these commands, and if your dog knows tricks, which a lot of dogs like certain tricks, speaking, giving a foot, you have some kind of ammunition to also. They love to work. If you've trained them to do commands, it's one more thing to get their mind and attention off the fear. Now you can give them a sit, a down, they're focusing, they know it's fun, and if you've trained properly, they have a great attitude about it. So now you have one more thing to get them out of the fearful mode. Oh, I like working. I know how to do this. And they can concentrate and focus on that rather than just be in the fear mode. So even if you can take gradually, I'm getting more and more of the attention on me and less on the fear. He's still scared, but I'm able to get it on me and him worry less. Everything is increments with training. Don't look for, one or two lessons just to instantly your dog's going to get over his fear, So you want consistency. If your dog's afraid of new environments, you're going to have to expose them to it. Doing it once a week, once every couple of weeks isn't going to work. You got to constantly get them out, make it a positive experience, and you build upon it. Like I said, it's a tough thing to work with. A lot of you know what I'm talking about that have dogs that are afraid. I go into people's houses, and they're afraid of a new person in their house. They stay back, and all of a sudden, nobody gets to see your dog's beautiful personality because it's friendly, it's sweet, it's got personality and character. But, the people, you don't get to see it because they're afraid, because someone's new in the house. And you'll get this with a lot of toy dogs, a lot of dogs that didn't have early exposure to people during that critical and socialization period. Hey, have some treats ready. People come in the door. Hey, give them a treat, sit down. Every time your dog stays back barking at people or won't come up to people, it just sets them further and further back in that routine, in that pattern. It becomes habit, all right? It becomes a vice. So remember, every time your dog gets scared, you're setting him back. Every time you can get him over that fear quicker and quicker and get his mind off it, or a percentage of his mind off of it, you're moving forward. Well, I hope this has helped you today to give you some idea how to help this issue. And, we're out of time, so I hope you'll come back. We're here every Saturday live at 11 a.m. in Newhall, California. Lovely Newhall, California. We're right out front. The Western Walk of Fame exists. We got Charles Bronson's star right out front, which is kind of cool because I've always been a big fan. So thank you for joining us, and God bless everyone, and we'll see you next week.